Minnesota. You're going to have to bear with me as the wireless mics are dead. We are started off here. Bell Tire getting a shot on net. Collected in by Martin. Shot back in. Deflected wide. Chased down by Palucci. Up to Flanagan. And Chiefs take possession going down into the Bell Tire zone. Turned aside by Bell Tire's goalie and sent up ice. Martin to Palucci. Palucci dumping it in deep into the Chiefs zone. And the Chiefs heading back up into the Bell Tire zone. Runs around over to Flanagan. Deflected down by the Chiefs. Picked up by Dobbs. Sent up the wall. And out for Dobbs, collected back in by the Chiefs in neutral. Drop pass picked up by Dobbs, sent ahead. And play is whistled dead. Face off, one to the side by Bell Tire, picked up by Morton. Cummins collecting it in neutral, sent ahead by Cruciano. Kept in by Flanagan. Now picked up by number 4. I'm sorry, I will find out who that is. That's a 16's forward. Sending it across the crease, nobody home. Chiefs collect, go out through neutral. Deflected by Flanagan into the Bell Tire bench. Face off one back, picked up by Martin up the boards, goes through neutral, goes into the Chiefs zone. Momentarily sent back ahead. Picked up by Bowman and sent down deep into the Tire zone. Martin sending it around looking for Cruciano. That's going to miss its mark. Slide the length of the ice, icing wave. Picked up by the Chiefs behind their own net. Sent ahead to the half wall and up the glass. This one picked up by Bowman. Picked up now by Palucci in neutral. Palucci up ice. Palucci shot in, deflected over top of the net. And now Agbe backhanding out, finding Martin. Martin at the half wall, sending it back in. That shot was deflected. Cross check. Agbe was down in front of the net. Sent back to Bowman. Bowman walking. Shot in. Picked up by Agbe. Agbe circling. Back to Hewer. Hewer's shot. Wide of the net. Picked up by Martin at the half wall. Sent back in. Picked up by Palucci. Now Agbe. Agbe to Hewer. Hewer to Martin. Martin, blue line. Martin shot in. Tipped in by Hewer over top of the net. Picked up by Agbe. Agbe circling, looking for a shot. Hewer collects. Sends it back to Bowman. Bowman sending it, trying to get it deep. Chiefs intercept. And Hewer keeping that puck in for Bell Tire. Sent across by the Chiefs. Chiefs send it up the wall. Bell Tire went for a change. We've got Flanagan in now, going up ice, and that's going to make its way down into the Chiefs zone for an opening. This face-off going to be taken by Dobbs in the Bell Tire zone. Puck is down, back to the Chiefs. Chiefs send it down deep. This is going to be picked up by Flanagan. Dobbs in to help. Dobbs behind the net, rolling up the wall. Picked up at the half wall by the Chiefs. Sent ahead by Kazarowski. And kept in. Dobbs trying to keep it into the Chiefs zone. Dobbs off the wall. Cruciano looking to go up the boards. Chiefs collect it behind their own net. Chiefs up through neutral. Chased by Clemens. And now picked up by Flanagan in the D zone of Bell Tire. Rink wide, picked up by Cruciano. Cruciano now with some space, trying to chip it off the boards. Picked up, backhand shot, goes wide of the net. Clemens in to help behind the Chiefs net, up the wall, and sent back deep by Beltire. The Chiefs now circling in front of their own net, going up ice, makes its way to neutral. That's going to go all the way down and get tipped aside. Picked up by Morton. And the Chiefs come in to collect that puck behind the Beltire net. Morton going back behind Beltire's own net, collected in at the half wall by Agbe, shipped out and sent back in by the Chiefs. Now Morton dropping it off, finding Flanagan up the wall, going to Palucci's backhand gets intercepted by the Chiefs. Chiefs collect in Beltire's zone, shot block. Chiefs again from neutral, blocked by Flanagan. Hanging out in the Beltire zone, centering pass collected by Agbe. Agbe to Hewer. Hewer now with some space, going up through neutral. Hewer's going to backhand in deep and get a change for Beltire. Chiefs behind their own net are going to collect it, send it up the wall. Stepped in by Bowman, delayed offsides called as Beltire clears the zone. Dobbs now sending it wide. Dobbs up against the wall, trying to trap that puck. She gets it off and holds it as the Chiefs send it rink wide to clear the zone, go to the neutral. That pass intercepted by Martin, picked up to Kazarowski. Kazarowski off the boards, looking to make a break into the Chiefs zone. Gains the zone, picks it up, and is dropped back to Martin. Martin's going to walk. Shot in, is deflected, and gets stopped just in front of the net. Clearing pass by the Chiefs, picked up by Bowman. Bowman up to number 11 here. I'm sorry I don't have her name. And number 4, those are the 16s. Up to Beltire's 19 region. Cruciano now in the hunt. Martin on the half wall. Martin keeping that puck deep. Sends it deep behind the Chiefs net. Chased down by Cruciano. And it goes back behind the Chiefs net. We have 8:21 on the clock. 0-0 if you're just joining. The Chiefs coming out through their zone, sent back in by Hewer. Collected behind the net by the Chiefs, picked up by Hewer on the half wall, sending it wide. Stepped in by Palucci. Palucci drops to Flanagan. Flanagan's shot's going to go on and goes wide of the net. Picked up by Agbe. Agbe dropping it again, looking for another shot from Flanagan. Flanagan's shot wide of the net. And is chipped almost out by the Chiefs. Hit the sanction board there and is sent deep into the Beltire zone. Collected in by Flanagan. Working up ice, and the Chiefs intercept. Centering pass deflected. Picked up now by Dobbs. Dobbs chipping it ahead to Palucci. Palucci coming out to neutral. Trying to get it over to Kazarowski, and an offsides call is going to freeze play. Dobbs to take the draw just in front of us here. Drops back to Martin. Martin going wide, turning up ice, tipping it ahead, finding Dobbs. Dobbs chips it in. Kazarowski now chasing it down, pinning it in the corner, looking for Dobbs' help. Dobbs jumping in. Puck comes free over to Bowman. Bowman sending it in towards the net. Picked up back by Chiefs, goes wide as they come out to neutral here. This is going to be defended by Martin. Martin stepping up. And that pass is saved. Streeter in net. Bell Tires now making their way, and Flanagan sends it up. I'm sorry, that wasn't Flanagan. That was Flanagan. Up ice. Bellucci now sending it across. Looking for Agbe. Big save by the Chiefs goalie as they clear that out. It's going to go to length. No icing. Caitlin sending it up ice, finding Bellucci at their own blue line. That gets sent back in by the Chiefs. And that puck sent around, picked up by McKenzie. McKenzie looking off the half wall, finding Agbe. Agbe not quite able to get control of it. Sent back down deep into the Bell Tire zone. Picked up by Hewer. Hewer up to Agbe. Agbe shielding the puck, getting it to Hewer. Hewer chips it in and goes for a change. Chiefs collected behind their own net. They're going up ice through Nutrio. Clemens to defend, and now Bowman cleared out by Martin over to Cruciano. Cruciano getting it up ice. Trying to find Dawson. Now the Chiefs behind the Bell Tire net. Picked up by Clemens. Cleared by Martin. Bowman now in the corner. Dawson now battling in the corner. Dawson still working in with Bowman. Now Martin's going to send it up the boards. That's going to clear the zone. That will be the length here, and probably going to be a nice one, and it is. So we will have a face-off happening down here in the Bell Tire zone. So on ice, we've got Dobbs coming, and that is picked up by Kazarowski. Kazarowski looking to make a break in. Wharton sending it up the boards, collected in by the Chiefs. Chiefs gain the Bell Tire zone. Flanagan trying to battle here. Dobbs up the half wall. That's going to come out of the zone. Chiefs sending it back down deep into the Bell Tire zone. This is going to be chased down by McKenzie. McKenzie sending it up ice. Looking for Dobbs on the breakout pass. Didn't quite make it. Intercepted by the Chiefs. Chiefs shot in. Blocked by Streeter. Cleared out by Dobbs. Out to neutral where the Chiefs send it rink wide. Collected in here by Cummins. Chiefs centering pass blocked by Morton. Cleared out, and Hewer's going to send it the rest of the way as it goes deep into the Chiefs zone for an icing. We're going to have a draw in the Bell Tire zone. Hewer to take this. On ice, we've got Martin with the puck, sending it around, looking for Agbe on the wall, just past the stick. That puck does make its way out. This should be an offside, and they didn't touch it. That's sent back in now, picked up by Martin. Martin turning up the boards, looking for Agbe. Agbe gets a chip on it. Sent back in by the Chiefs, collected by Martin. Martin now with a little bit of room to work. Martin going ahead into the Chiefs zone. Martin up in the corner. Martin centering pass, didn't quite make it to Dawson. Picked up by Bellucci. Bellucci shot. Gonna go wide of the net. Gonna come out of the zone. Picked up by Martin in neutral. Martin looking up ice. Trying to find Dawson. Misses her stick and goes into the Chiefs zone. Now battle happening in the corner. Picked up by Caitlin. Caitlin shot in. Gonna go wide of the net. Cruciano. Cruciano behind the net. Puck's going to roll wide, and Clemens is going to be checked in here on offense for Bell Tire. Comes in, able to stop that puck, gets a shot off, and is defended by the Chiefs goalie. We've got Dobbs, Kazarowski, Flanagan, dropped back to Flanagan and sent over to McKenzie. McKenzie shot, blocked out front, shipped aside over back to Caitlin. Chased down by Kazarowski and chipped back in for Hummin. Dobbs now with an opportunity. Goalie defending. Hummin turning, going back across, looking for Kazarowski off the half wall and kept down by McKenzie. Shot back in. Blocked by the Chiefs, and that is going to sting the Chiefs as they go for a change. It's going to be picked up, sent up the boards. Pass intercepted by the Chiefs, and they go offside. We're going to have a draw happening just outside the Bell Tire Zone. This is going to be taken by Hewer. Out there with Colucci and Agbe, Bowman, and McKenzie. McKenzie centering pass up to Hewer. Chipped in by Agbe. Agbe chasing it down. Deep into the Chiefs zone. Dropping it for Hewer. Into the corner. Hewer chases. Up the half wall by the Chiefs. Out and shot back in by Flanagan. Going to go wide of the net. Chased down by the Chiefs in the corner. Picked up by Hewer at the half wall. Sent rink wide by the Chiefs. Chiefs now going up to neutral. That's going to make its way down into the Bell Tire Zone and chased down by Bowman. Bowman behind her own net. Hewer into help. Bowman now up the half wall. Chipped out goes Colucci. Colucci trying to pull it back and is met by the Chiefs in neutral. Chiefs in the Bell Tire Zone. And it's picked up by Martin. Martin sending it across. Finding Cruciano on the wall. Cruciano trying to force her way out. Picked back up by Martin in her own zone. Martin behind her own net. Circling. Drop pass back to Morton. Morton sending it up. Clemens tips it in. It's going to be on net and is going to be covered up by the Chiefs goalie. We have 1:03 remaining here in the first period. So it's like Dawson taking this draw. Chipped back to Morton. Morton shot in, tipped down by Cruciano. Goes wide and is picked up by the Chiefs, who are going to send it ahead. That's going to roll the length. Icing wave. Morton chasing it behind the net. Chiefs pick it up. Centering pass. Deflected off Dawson's skate. Picked up down by Martin. Martin in the corner. Chiefs walking out with the puck. Chiefs get a shot off. It's going to go wide of the net. Rolling up the wall. Chiefs pick it up at the half wall. Trying to chip it back in. Chased by Dawson. And Chiefs circling. Sending it back up to their point. Shot in. Hit the post. 1-0 Chiefs. So as we resume here, we're going to have 24 seconds remaining in this first period. Kazarowski, Dobbs, Hummin, and the Flanagans out for Bell Tire. Picked up by Kazarowski, drops it back to McKenzie. McKenzie draw just outside of the Bell Tire Zone. Chiefs sending it in, picked up by Dobbs. Dobbs chipping it back out. Kazarowski now. Kazarowski getting in, and it's going to be cleared by Chiefs as they gain neutral. And that will be the end of the first period. No ice cut. We'll roll right into the second. into the second period here. Bell Tire ready to even this game out. Coming out to start the second here is Agbe, Hewer, Bellucci, Martin, and Caitlin Flanagan. Streeter in net. Hewer on the draw. Tied up at the dot. Picked up by Agbe. Over to Martin. Martin sending it in, looking for Agbe. Off the skate of a Chiefs player. Chiefs in neutral. Gonna send it deep. Collected by Streeter. Sent up to Martin. Martin going up to Agbe. Agbe chipping out to Hewer. Agbe looking to get it up closer to Hewer here. Now a battle happening right in front of us. Agbe and Hewer jumped in. Martin supporting here. Martin with the puck. Over to Flanagan. Flanagan going up to Bellucci. Bellucci trying to chip it in. Chiefs player goes down on the play. Chipped aside wide. Martin to jump in. Martin holding that puck in. And it must have just popped out. And the Chiefs now behind their own net. Sending it wide. This is picked up by Gazarovski. Out front and just off of Dobbs' stick. The puck goes wide. Chiefs now sending it in wide of the net. Picked up by Martin. Martin with room. Martin going up the ice. Looking for Gazarovski on the stretch pass. Intercepted by the Chiefs. Down into the corner and going wide. This is going to be picked up by coming on the half wall. And now checked in by McKenzie. McKenzie sending it around the boards. Looking for Gazarovski on the wall. Picked up by Martin. Martin's pass intercepted here. Collected in by the Chiefs. And sent now behind the Bell Tire net. Chiefs up to their point. Take a shot in. Blocked by Martin. And cleared out of the zone. Kicked back in. Offsides call. That'll be just outside of the Bell Tires. This draw taken by Dawson. Out there with Cruciano, Clemens, Morton, and Flanagan. Chipped up the boards. Dawson with a little bit of room here. Dawson looking for a centering pass. Nobody quite down there yet. Sent back in by Flanagan. Goes wide of the net. This is going to be picked up by Dawson on the half wall. Dropping it back to Morton. Morton sending it in. Behind the net. Clemens sending it back around for Cruciano. Cruciano down in the corner. Picked up by the Chiefs. Now back out front. Just out of the reach of Clemens. Picked up by Flanagan. Flanagan chips it back in. Picked up by Dawson. Down in the corner. Sending it out front, looking for Bellucci. And that puck's going to roll the width of the ice as Hewer steps back in. Morton chipping it ahead, finding Bellucci. Bellucci backhanding it into the Chiefs zone. And that's cleared out by the Chiefs. Hewer sending it back in, and that's going to be tipped in by Bellucci. Hewer offside. On ice, we are going to have Hewer, Agbe, Bellucci, Bowman, and Martin. Puck is down. Chiefs with the puck. Send it down deep. This is going to be chased down by Martin. Martin in the corner. Martin turning back the opposite way, trying to find Agbe. Picked up by Hewer. Agbe chipping it ahead. Chased by Martin. And finally makes its way clear of the zone, but gets chipped back in. This is going to be picked up by Bowman. Bowman turning, sending it rink wide. That pass almost intercepted by the Chiefs, now picked up by Hewer. Hewer gaining the zone. Hewer sending pass. Looking for Bellucci, intercepted by the Chiefs, dropping it back to Martin. Martin shot in, is going to get deflected by the goalie wide. Gazarovski dropping it back to Bowman. Bowman sending it deep. Trying to find Dobbs. Misses her stick. Rolls behind the Chiefs' net. Bellucci hard into the corner. Martin jumping in. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Gazarovski jumping in. Now Dobbs. And a red out with Dobbs, Kazarowski, and Humming. Puck is down, going wide, chipped out the half wall by the Chiefs. Chiefs now making a break into the Bell Tire zone. Chased down by Humming. Centering pass deflected by Bell Tire. That pass, or that shot, deflected by Kazarowski. Kazarowski chipping it ahead, looking at Humming. Humming chasing the Chiefs into their own zone. Going up to neutral. Now Mackenzie Flanagan able to keep that puck on the boards here. Out of the Bell Tire zone momentarily. Caitlin's going to chase it down behind her own net. Dropping it back to Mackenzie. Mackenzie looking up ice. Trying to get a stretch pass up to Humming. It's going to miss the stick and roll down for an icing. So on ice on the change, we're going to have Dawson in with Clemens, Cruciano, Morton, and Martin. Puck is down. Rolling around to Martin. Martin looking up ice. Martin going across, looking for Cruciano. It's going to miss her stick and roll the length for an icing. We'll redo the draw here in the Bell Tire zone. This is going to be taken by Dawson. Dawson winning it back. Morton going up the boards. Dawson chipping it ahead, finding Cruciano. Cruciano's taken down here, and that puck's going to make its way into the stands. We're going to have a draw happening just outside of the Bell Tire zone. Same personnel for Bell Tire. Dawson on the draw. Tied up here at the dot. And that puck finally makes its way free. Chipped ahead by Morton. Cruciano trying to get it the rest of the way into the Chiefs zone. It's going to make its way around. This is going to be picked up by Martin in neutral. Martin going up ice, finding Cruciano at half ice. Cruciano is taken out pretty hard in the boards. No call. Hewer now checked in for Bell Tire. Chiefs trying to clear it. Kept in by Martin. Martin holding the blue. Now picked up by Palucci. Agbe in.
The crazy thing is they aren't going from the top. They're just interfering with the player getting to it.
And Palucci kicking it around to herself. Palucci now. Turning up ice. Palucci trying to make a move, getting a angle. Stepped in by Martin. Now Agbe. And the Chiefs are going to come out to neutral with it. It's going to be picked up by Martin. Martin going across to Morton. Morton going up the board, trying to find Agbe. Agbe now deep into the Bell Tire zone. Martin and Morton going for a change. Flanagan and Bowman out for Bell Tire. Dobbs dropping it back to Bowman. Bowman sending it back in for Agbe. Agbe chipping it in. Dobbs looking to find Humming. 8:20 on the clock. Shot from Flanagan. Going to get deflected up into the air. Down into the corner. Kazarowski. Back to Bowman. Picked up by Dobbs behind the Chiefs' net. Looking for a little trickery there. Gets it out to Bowman. Bowman drops it back down looking for Dobbs. Dobbs picks it up at the half wall with a battle and keeps it down deep into the Chiefs' zone. Up the wall. Dobbs looking to try and change. Ends up with the puck on her stick, but now collected in by the Chiefs. Shot goes wide of the net, and Streeter's going to cover as that puck came back out off the hitting glass. 7:45 on the clock. On ice, we're going to have Dawson, Clemens, Cruciano, Martin, and Flanagan. Puck is down. Caitlin Flanagan looking to get that puck. Martin picks it up. Drops it up to Clemens. Dawson trying to keep it in, and it's collected in by the Chiefs at neutral. Chiefs breaking out of their zone. Going to be chased down by Clemens. And Chiefs turning up the boards. Sending it down deep. That's going to be covered up by Streeter. We're going to have a draw in the Bell Tire zone. Palucci, Agbe, Hewer. Line change for Bell Tire. Martin with the puck. Martin going over across and looking for a stretch pass. That's going to be on net.
We got a phone. What? Great call. Yep. She thought the other girls didn't call. And they didn't call both.
Well, it looks like Agbe is going to be going to the box on something there. So Bell Tire is going to go on to a penalty kill here. 7:13 on the clock. Puck is down. Chiefs with possession up the half wall, going up to their point. Hewer. And then Flanagan gets a stick on it, chased by Martin. Bell Tire keeping their best box here, goes in. Martin's going to go up the boards, chipped out by Hewer, and that's going to go the length of the ice here. Bell Tire able to clear. And Palucci's going to keep that puck deep for Bell Tire in the Chiefs zone. The Chiefs now breaking out. This is going to be defended by Dobbs. Now Martin offsides is called. We've got 6:29 on the clock. Dobbs on the draw. Puck is down. Sent down the length of the ice by Flanagan. Collected in by the goalie and sent aside. For the Chiefs. Chiefs now behind their own net. Chiefs coming up ice. Gaining neutral. Entering the Bell Tire zone. Chased by Morton. Now Kazarowski with a hard play, able to disrupt and keep that puck out of their zone. And that puck's going to be sent up by the Chiefs. Going to go wide of the net. Icy wave. Picked up by Morton. Morton going back behind, finding Flanagan. Flanagan chipping it up. Trying to get it cleared out. That's going to be picked up by Kazarowski. She's going to send it deep and go for a change. Collected by the Chiefs behind their own net. Checking in is Caitlin Flanagan and Clemens. Bell Tire now playing with 3. Where are we at? There's Hewer. Hewer coming on ice. And the Chiefs in neutral. That's going to be way offsides. So Bell Tire doing a good job on this penalty kill, disrupting play. 5:26 on the clock. On ice, Palucci, Hewer, Martin, Flanagan. Hewer on the draw, tied up at the dot, picked up by the Chiefs, now sent deep into the Bell Tire zone. This is going to be chased down by Flanagan. And Martin now tying up in the corner. Martin battling with Hewer. Martin trying to pull her stick free. Gets a stick on that puck and disrupts the play. That puck's going to make its way out on Hewer's clear. Bell Tire back to even strength here as Agbe's out of the box. Picked up now by Agbe, just at her feet, couldn't quite collect it in, sent deep by the Chiefs. This is going to go picked up by Martin. Martin trying to drop it, and that puck is sent out front. Shot wide by the Chiefs, and it's going to be out of play. Bell Tire line change is going to bring in Bowman.
That's out of the zone.
Flanagan.
They threw it out.
Cristiano, Dawson, and Clemens. Puck is around, picked up by Cruciano, sent down into the the Chiefs zone. The Chiefs now making their way back out, picked up by Dawson. Dawson gaining the zone. Dawson dropping it off. Shot in. Glove. Free play here with 4:16.
Yeah. He's got a vacation place down there.
Dawson to take the draw out with Cruciano, Clemens, and the Flanagan. On the half wall are the Chiefs, dropping back into their own zone, one rink wide. It's going to go off the wall, but it's going to be on net and be covered up by Street. Line change for Bell Tire is going to bring out Dobbs, Hummond, Kazarowski. Puck is down. McKenzie over to Caitlin. Caitlin getting a stretch pass. That's going to roll wide for an icing. Face-off at center ice. And that puck is sent into the Bell Tire zone. It's going to be chased down by Flanagan. Flanagan going up to Hummond. Now picked up by Dobbs. Dobbs. Here, way offside there.
About 10 feet off.
3:40 remaining here. Bell Tire line change is going to bring in Morton, Martin, Hewer, Palucci, Agbay. Puck is down, picked up by Morton. Morton going up to Palucci. Palucci getting it into the zone. Behind the Chiefs net, chased by Agbay. Up to half wall. Agbay keeping it in. Chased by Palucci. Palucci now sending it towards the net. Looking for Agbay. Half wall of the Chiefs. Chiefs able to bank it out. It's going to be collected in by Chiefs, but Palucci gains possession. Palucci going across, dropping to Martin. Martin going up the wall, finding Agbay. Agbay chipping it ahead, looking for Hewer. Hewer dropping it deep into the Chiefs zone. And Agbay drops her right. Picked up by Morton. Morton trying to find time. Picked up by the Chiefs. Chased down by Cruciano. Is going to be covered up by Streeter to freeze play with 2:44 on the clock. Did you teach her that move, Andrew? Did you teach her that? Puck is down. Flanagan sending it around the boards. Collected in by Clemens. Chipped ahead by Dawson. Dawson, Cruciano. Cruciano now trying to get it in on net. Goes wide. Picked up by Dawson. Dawson battling. Shot back in. Blocked out front. Collected by the Chiefs behind the net. Chased down by Dawson. On the half wall. Sent out. That's going to be the length of the ice. We're going to have icing wave. As there was a foot race and they beat us down. Flanagan now battling in the corner. Out front, in comes Dobbs. Up the half wall, kept in by the Chiefs. Flanagan sending it to length here. That's going to be wide of the net. That'll be an icing. 1:53 remaining here in the second period. 0-1, Chiefs up. On the line change for Bell Tire, that's going to bring in Dobbs, Hummond, Kazarowski, Martin, and Morton sent in. Collected in by Streeter, and Martin getting into it down there.
whistle heard.
Dobbs on the draw. Puck is down. Chiefs with possession. Deflected by Martin. Picked up by Dobbs almost. Now Martin going hard into the corner. Picked up and sent up the wall to Dawson. Humming. Humming over to Kazarowski. Kazarowski looking to chip around the Chiefs defenseman. Gets down into the corner. Chiefs sending it around their own net. Kept in. Stepped in by Martin. And the Chiefs coming out up to neutral. It's going to be defended by Morton. And it's going to be covered up by Streeter to freeze play.
She plays the bottom one.
1:06 on the clock. Puck is down. Hewer on the draw. Agbay chasing. And coming free is McKenzie. McKenzie going up ice. Dropping it off to Palucci. Now Hewer in neutral. Hewer turning up ice. Going off the wall. Getting it deep for Beltire as it goes behind the Chiefs' net. It's going to be chased down by Agbay. Picked up by Hewer in the corner. And the Chiefs coming out with the puck, going out through their breakout into neutral. Gaining the zone. Shot in is going to be tipped out front. Collected in by Streeter. "25 seconds remaining here in the second period of play for Beltire. Puck is down. Dawson on the draw. Beltire looking to clear. Flanagan going up and intercepted by the Chiefs. Chiefs gaining back into the zone. Cruciano, and that's going to freeze play for this period. We'll have an ice cut. We'll be back. All right, we're back underway here in the third period. Starting out for Bell Tire is going to be Palucci, Agbay, Hewer, Caitlin, and Martin. 15 minutes on the clock. Puck is down. Bell Tire looking to even this game up. Martin going rink wide, finding Palucci. Actually, Hewer. Hewer's going to drop it deep for Palucci. Agbay out front. Palucci pinned up against the back wall here by the Chiefs. Picked out by Agbay. Agbay battling. Palucci now back on. Chiefs behind their own net. Up to half wall. Stepped in by Flanagan. Chiefs now. Martin on D. Picked aside. Turned aside by Streeter. Picked up by Palucci. Palucci going rink wide, finding Agbay. Agbay with good stick work to keep that puck down. And the Chiefs now carrying it back out.
That's just what I'm saying.
It's going to be picked up by Martin in their own zone. Shifting around to Kazarowski. Kazarowski hitting off the wall. And getting it up to Hummin. Hummin now with a little bit of room to work. Hummin going up ice. Chased down by the Chiefs. Centering pass. Oh, just past the stick. And this is going to go rink wide by Flanagan. Up to Dobbs. Dobbs off the glass. Finding Kazarowski. Hitting it down deep. Dobbs going for a change. Hummin now. Hummin centering pass. Kazarowski couldn't quite get the shot off. Hummin now in the corner. This is going to be chased by Dawson. Now Hummin. Hummin in the corner. Half wall Chiefs. And picked up by Morton. That puck comes back out of the zone. And Cruciano is in the play here. Rink wide, looking for an outlet pass. That's going to go to length, and we're going to have an ice. 13:10 on the clock. We have Dawson, Cruciano, Clement, McKenzie, and Morton on ice for Bell Tire. Puck is down. Cruciano moving in. Cruciano in the corner. Picked up by the Chiefs behind their net. Blocked in by Dawson. Sent up the boards. Flanagan misses her stick. Chiefs breakout pass. Goes through neutral. Defended by Morton. Streeter with a save. That puck's going to go out of the zone. And be picked up by the Chiefs in their own zone. They're going to chip it in. Gain the zone here on Bell Tire. Picked up by Dawson. Dawson moving it around. Finding Cruciano on the wall. Cruciano trying to chip it out. Gets sent back in. Bowman. Bowman going around looking for Morton. Morton up the wall. Looking for Palucci. That puck's going to make its way through. And Hewer is checked in for Bell Tire. Along with Agbay, Martin, and Bowman. Palucci dumping it back down deep for Bell Tire. Chased around by, that's going to be picked up by Martin at the blue line. Sent in, chipped by Agbay, went wide. Agbay now at the half wall, dropping it back for Palucci. Palucci in the corner. Chiefs walking out with it, going up the half wall, stepped in by Martin. Martin now. Going across looking for Agbay. Just past her stick. Hewer with the puck, sending it in on net. And Hewer with the goal. That's Palucci. Palucci with the goal. It's going to make this a 1-1 game for Bell Tire. For Palucci. With 11:39 on the clock. For Bell Tire, on ice is Hummin, Kazarowski, Dobbs, Flanagan, and Chiefs gain the zone momentarily. Dobbs turning it up, looking for Kazarowski. Kazarowski now on a foot race, icing wave, down in the corner, picked up by Hummin. Hummin dropping it off to Dobbs. Dobbs making some quick stick work. Gaining space. out front. That puck's going to get covered up by the Chiefs goal.
Go, go, go.
As we resume play, puck is down, Dobbs on the draw at the half wall, dropping it back. Humming now in the corner. Humming with a backhanded centering pass. Goes across, picked up by Flanagan. Flanagan working her way around, face down into the corner. Humming able to step in to help stop the traffic. Back behind their own net go the Chiefs. Chiefs on the half wall. Chiefs backhand pass, missed its mark, collected by Caitlin. Caitlin turning up ice. Goes deep into the Chiefs zone. And now on ice is Clemens, Dawson, Cruciano, Morton, and McKenzie. Drop pass from the Chiefs going into the corner. Drop pass again up the half wall in their own zone as they break out. Chipped ahead, picked up by the Chiefs, gaining the Bell Tire zone. Face down by McKenzie. Behind the Bell Tire net go the Chiefs. The Chiefs dropping it off. Face down by Dawson. Up the half wall. Chiefs with the puck. Keeping it down deep into the Bell Tire zone. Chased by McKenzie. Flanagan battling in the corner. Now picked up by Dawson. Chiefs centering pass. Going to get deflected wide. Go to the corner. And is now cleared by Dawson. Cruciano stick flip to keep that puck moving. Cruciano now in a foot race. And out comes Palucci, Hewer, Martin with the puck here in neutral. Martin chipping it ahead, trying to find Palucci. Palucci gets her stick on it. Gets around the D. Palucci now looking for Hewer. Hewer dropping in, looking behind the net. Agbay out with Bell Tire. That puck is going to get sent to length for icing on the Chiefs.
Good job, hey! Let's go, BT!
We've got Bowman out there with Martin, Palucci, Hewer, and Agbay. Hewer on the draw. Puck is down, one back. Dropped from Agbay. Martin trying to send it in. Blocked initially, picked up and sent back deep. And now cleared by the Chiefs. In a foot race is Agbay. Agbay is going to go down in the corner. Tie it up, and Martin's going to jump in to help. Martin sending it up the wall, looking for Agbay at the half. Sent back in by the Chiefs, knocked down behind the Bell Tire net, picked up by Bowman. Bowman going up the wall, picked up by, I believe, the Chiefs. Centering pass out front, Agbay stepping in with Martin. And Hewer now helping Agbay off the wall. She's going to go for a change as that puck goes deep into the Chiefs zone, through rink wide. Tipped back in, Martin stepping up. Martin keeping that puck moving forward as Hummin steps in for Bell Tire with Kazarowski and Dobbs. Flanagan's shot is going to go over top of the net. Hummin's into the corner. Kazarowski dropping it back. Flanagan's shot is going to be gloved by the Chiefs goal. 8:08 on the clock.
Let's go, BT!
Dobbs on the draw. Puck is down. Chased around, picked up by Flanagan at the half wall. And the Chiefs are going to go back behind their own net. Chiefs at their half wall, chipping it up the ice. It's going to be a pacing, but foot race beats us out and waves it. Flanagan battling in the corner. Dobbs now jumping in to help. Puck dropped back from McKenzie. Flanagan's going to send it up ice, finding Cummins. Cummins going to keep it moving as Bell Tire goes for a line shot. Cummins in the corner. Cruciano jumping in. Played around by Dawson. Martin and Morton on deep. We've got the Chiefs in their own corner. Morton stepping up to keep that puck deep into the Chiefs zone. Sent behind their own net, turning. Chiefs going back up the half wall. Stepped in by Morton. Back deep is the Chiefs behind their net. The Chiefs are going to just play it up and down. Martin's going to drop it back down at her feet and take a shot. And be turned aside by the Chiefs goalie. And a battle happening in the corner. Walking out with the puck is Cruciano, picked up by Morton at the blue line. Sent back in as Beltire has to go tag up to avoid an offside call. Morton keeping that puck in neutral. Cruciano chipping it up ahead to Clemens. Clemens getting it deep. She's going to go for a change. Hewer jumping in with Agbay. Martin stepping up on this. Picked up by Agbay. In a foot race now to get back and an offsides on the Chiefs with 6:07 on it. And now Beltire's going to be out with Hewer, Colucci, Agbay, Caitlin, and
Tried to
McKenzie.
do that and I hurt myself.
Hewer on the draw. Puck works its way free. Picked up by Agbay. Agbay drops it out to center. Neutral. Chiefs circling. Sending it rink wide. Chipped ahead by McKenzie. McKenzie getting it going deep. It's going to be chased down by Hewer in the corner. Hewer dropping it back to Agbay. Agbay letting it ride. Going back to Flanagan. Flanagan shot in. He's going to be covered up by the Chiefs goal.
Number 2's like, sure, I want to push her.
5:39 on the clock. 1-1 is the score. Hewer on the draw. One back. Picked up. Flanagan's shot. Going to get deflected wide. Going to be picked up by the Chiefs as they circle their own net. Breakout pass through neutral. Defended by Palucci. And good stick work by Palucci to keep that shot from happening. As the Chiefs go behind the Beltire net, this is going to be picked up by McKenzie. McKenzie up to Agbay. Agbay chipped out to Hewer. Hewer dropping it, trying to go deep, and it looks like it hit somebody on the Chiefs bench, so we'll have a center ice face-off as Beltire goes for a line change. Morton and Martin in with Dobbs, Hummins, and Kazarowski. Dobbs on the draw. Puck is down. Kazarowski breaking out with it. Sent deep by Morton. Behind the Chiefs' net. Cleared out the half wall. Stepped up by Morton. Puck comes out. Morton going up the ice. And that puck from Dobbs wasn't able to quite make it. Kazarowski now jumping in. In neutral it goes. Dobbs chasing. Picked up by just past Martin's stick. And now a good footwork by Morton keeps that puck from center.
Good boy.
Battling in the corner here, and that puck's going to roll around to the opposite side. It's sent back around, blocked by Dobbs. Battle for the puck happening on the boards. Chiefs come out with it. Martin steps up, deflects it momentarily, and a blocked shot rolls into 3-12. Hewer on the draw. Drops back to the Chiefs. Chiefs stepping up. Shot wide of the net. Picked up by Flanagan. Flanagan trying to send it out. Off the skate. Picked up by Flanagan. Goes to Agbay. Agbay trying to find Palucci. Palucci keeping it in. And it makes its way free. And McKenzie's going to chase this down. Rink wide. This is the stick of Agbay and going to roll down for an icing. 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the game. 1-1 is the score. Puck is down. Dawson on the draw. Chiefs circle shot in. Turned aside by Streeter on a good blocking save. Picked up by Caitlin Flanagan. Caitlin chipping it up to Clemens. Clemens gaining the zone. Cruciano to chase. Down in the corner behind the Chiefs net. Picked up by Dawson. Dawson in the corner. Working it back behind the Chiefs net. In jumps Martin on D. Picked up by Martin. Martin off the wall. Martin walking in. Martin shot is going to be picked up by the goalie, and a cross check's going to take Cruciano down.
Both? Both?
That's what happens when you get hit in the back. Yeah, but when you got hit in the back, see, that's a penalty.
Oh my God. It's too early for this.
It's ridiculous.
It looks like we are going to have offsetting penalties on Cruciano here. So with 2:56, will be 5-on-5. Fewer, Agbe, Palucci, Martin, McKenzie. Picked up by Agbe on a quick shot. Going to be gloved by the Chiefs goalie. If you were to do the draw again. Puck is down. Picked up by Agbe with a quick shot. Stepped in by Martin. Martin now trying to get that puck free is being held. Chiefs work their way behind their own net. Up the wall. And now sent back down deep by the Chiefs into their own zone as they clear the zone now on a breakout pass. Chased down by McKenzie. Picked up now by Martin. Martin working it up the wall, finding Palucci. Palucci out to Hewer. Hewer trying to get it up the wall. And she's going to get it down into the Chiefs zone, chased by Agbe. It's going to go to the opposite corner. Cleared up. Morton checked in now on D. It's going to be a foot race with Martin. Martin turning up ice and getting it to Morton. Morton going across to Palucci. Palucci on her backhand. Sends it deep. In the Chiefs zone. 2 minutes on the clock. Chiefs behind their own net. Chiefs going up the wall. Looking to find their player, and Flanagan there to disrupt that play. Picked up by Morton. Morton turning up ice, finding space. Going up the wall. Trying to get it cleared. It's going to be sent back deep by the Chiefs. Deflected pass by Morton. Cummings on a falling pass. Gets it over to Dawson, who hits it off the wall. Gets it into the Chiefs zone, but on an ice. 1 minute, 26 seconds remaining. On the draw, it's Dobbs. Puck is down. Chiefs win it back. Send it down deep into the Bell Tire zone behind their own net. It's going to be loose out front and cleared by Bell Tire. Up at the point, shot in. Blocked and rolling wide. A couple lucky bounces there for Bell Tire. Cleared out by Dobbs. That's not going to make its way all the way down, so icing's going to be waved. It's going to be chased by Dawson. Drop pass from the Chiefs behind their own net. Sending it up. Martin stepping in. Chased by Flanagan. Flanagan now battling at the half wall. Chased by Hewer. Centering pass. Missed its mark. Stepped in. Hewer going rink wide, looking for Agbe. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Chiefs going rink wide. Picked up by Agbe. Agbe circling up. Agbe gaining the zone. Agbe walking the line. And is taken down into the corner behind the net. Kazarowski now. Kazarowski dropping to Martin. Martin shot in. Chipped in by Agbe, goes wide of the net. Picked up by Martin. And that's going to be the end of regulation here.
They had a good chance at the end, man. Just 1-1 with the
2-on-2 for 5 minutes.
visiting team.
Yeah.
You'll see what overtime brings us here.
They're trying to figure it out.
Looks like that's how we will end the game, is on a tie. So we'll be back tonight
So my battery's dying.
at 5 o'clock.